Welcome to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries, the channel where tales from the shadows, stories from long ago, and legends still whispered meet you at the edge of dreams. So let your body relax, settle your breath, and drift into the world of horseshoes, where each curve holds a tale and each nail driven into iron carries an old spell. Tonight, we're going to explore a simple object with an extraordinary history, the horseshoe. It might hang quietly over your door, unnoticed. To keep the bad ones out and the good ones near, they turned two charms, and few charms became as loved and widespread as the horseshoe, or be buried in the dirt beneath old barns. But throughout time, horseshoes have been believed to carry powerful protection, bring good fortune, and ward off evil. Why did people come to believe this? U-shaped piece of metal could protect them. Iron, cold and forged in fire, was seen as a sacred material. Only when the devil promised never to enter a house with a horseshoe above the door did Dunstan let him go, one that could repel fairies, demons, and misfortune. Hung with the open end up, it gathered luck, held it like a bowl. Hung with the open end down, it poured luck onto those who passed beneath. It's the tale of Saint Dunstan. He asked Dunstan to shoe his hoof. In rural villages, they were sometimes buried under thresholds, placed in hearths, or even sewn into clothing to protect the wearer. They were often crafted from silver and tied with ribbon, a charm to bless the new union. In battle, they believed the symbol would keep them safe. 7, a number seen as sacred, magical, or complete. Tonight's story will gently lead you through myths, superstitions, and historical beliefs that have followed the shape of this humble piece of iron through centuries. 7 colors in the rainbow, believing the charm would ensure calm waters and protect against storms. 7 was the perfect number to fix your luck in place, people believed. Witches were repelled by iron. Iron charms shaped like crescents or blades were placed at entrances to protect against spirits. And also by the shape of the crescent, both of which the horseshoe had. Once long ago, people believed the world was full of unseen spirits, some friendly, some not. Why the horseshoe? Some say it begins with its shape, a crescent like the moon, and for many ancient peoples, the moon held magic. Others say it was the metal iron itself that was thought to keep evil at bay. In medieval Europe, horseshoes were nailed above doors to keep witches from entering homes. But there is one story, often told in Ireland, that gave horseshoes even greater power in the eyes of many. Saint Dunstan was a blacksmith, skilled with iron and tools, and one day the devil himself came to his forge. Dunstan, seeing through the disguise, agreed, but he nailed the shoe on painfully and bound the devil in chains. Many ancient people believed horses could cross between worlds, the living and the spirit. From then on, people hung horseshoes not just for luck, but as a barrier against evil itself. People liked the idea that something so simple could protect them. In many cultures, the direction of the horseshoe mattered, but some feared hanging it upside down would let the luck spill away entirely, so it stayed upright, guarding the home like a silent watchman. In England, horseshoes were often nailed above doorways with 7 nails, 7 days in a week. Horseshoes weren't just household charms. In some wedding traditions, brides carried small horseshoes for fertility and prosperity. Roman soldiers sometimes carried miniature horseshoes as amulets. In the Scottish Highlands, farmers placed horseshoes in their barns to keep livestock safe from witches and misfortune, reminding you that, even in uncertain times, some things are watching over you. Seafarers nailed horseshoes to the masts of their ships. The air is warm, the silence is kind. In Japan, a similar belief existed about iron. While not focused on the horseshoe specifically, over the door, a horseshoe glints in the moonlight. Maybe it's a story told enough times to become real. Iron was the common thread, a metal of the earth, forged by fire, strong and unyielding. Blacksmiths were once seen as magicians, wielding the power to shape metal. They held secrets of fire and strength. In some legends, blacksmiths could trap spirits in iron, bend the will of the unseen world, and so anything they made, especially horseshoes, were thought to carry power. Horses themselves added to the mystique. Throughout history, they were symbols of wealth, speed, and spiritual travel. When their hooves were shod with iron, it was like wrapping them in protective magic. Even the act of shoeing a horse became a sacred moment in some cultures. The sound of hammer on anvil echoed like a prayer, the smoke rising from hot iron like incense. In Appalachian folklore, a rusty horseshoe was believed to stop nightmares if hung under a child's bed. In Eastern Europe, Horseshoes were placed in new homes before any furniture, blessing the space with strength. In Italy, a charm called Simaruta featured a tiny horseshoe as one of its protective symbols. In Greece, horseshoes were gifts for the new year, said to bring renewal and fortune. And across cultures, the horseshoe remained universal, seen as good, powerful, lucky, not because of a single story, but because of hundreds, shared and reshaped by time. In some villages, it was common to kiss a horseshoe nailed above a tavern door before entering. In others, people would never pick one up unless it was facing a certain way. Superstition ran deep, but so did comfort. Children were told stories of goblins kept at bay by horseshoes, of dreams made sweet beneath them. Over time, blacksmiths became less common, and machines took over, but the horseshoe symbol remained. Now you'll find it on jewelry, on signs, logos, door knockers, still curved, still strong, still a whisper of magic from long ago. It's strange, isn't it, how an object designed for horses became a charm for humans? But that's the power of belief. Simple things become sacred when enough people give them meaning. Maybe the horseshoe worked because people needed it too. Maybe its real magic was hope, the kind that hangs quietly over your door. Tonight, imagine walking down a path, the stars overhead soft and scattered. You come to a little house, tucked under trees. You step inside. On the hearth lies another horseshoe, old and blackened, beside a pile of firewood. No one speaks, but you feel welcome. As you lie down, your head full of stories, the old magic curls around you. Maybe luck isn't just chance. Maybe it's waiting quietly, shaped like a crescent, forged in fire, hanging gently over your dreams. And now, as you drift off, let the myths of the horseshoe watch over you. Let its stories settle around you like a soft quilt. Feel the gentle curve of protection. Feel the centuries of belief tucked just above the threshold of your sleep. And when you wake, remember this charm, quiet and old, still holding a little space for hope. Thank you for spending tonight with Bedtime Myths and Mysteries. If this story soothed your thoughts and sparked your wonder, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. There are more mysteries waiting in the shadows, more myths to share. Until next time, rest well, dream deep, and may quiet magic follow you always. Good night.